tired of it. And it's been such a pleasure. But we have a lot of the race car drivers that remember their members, and it's been a great place. Just I'd like to be able to come here sometime and actually play at the course. And the beautiful, I bought a whole big thing there years ago, and it worked out beautiful. It just works so beautifully. But I was talking to somebody, and they were talking about a consequential president, and then all the race car drivers, and I said, let's see, and I asked somebody, what, and you got to be careful when you talk about this.
Happy Freedom, Hooligans. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. President Trump just got on stage. You've only missed like 3 minutes of him, so let's go ahead and get into this, and after President Trump is no longer speaking, we'll go through the schedule.
That percentage is like up there, high. It's probably the highest thing you can do. Nobody told me this when I was thinking about it. Nobody told me this. But I wouldn't have changed my mind, because we're going to make this country greater than it's ever been before. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country. We had the strongest border in the history of our country. The strongest. Should I bring down my favorite chart of all time? Bring it down. Bring it down. It's my favorite chart of all time. That chart I love. See, right now I'm looking over there. Well, if I was looking over there, I'm gone. If I was looking there, I'm gone. If I'm looking there, there was only one place I could be looking, and that's exactly right there. That's the only place. If I was looking there, no good. And I was looking there, no good. Had to be here, because the lunatic was right there. And I looked over here at the chart, which was right here. I looked over, ping. Can you imagine? I love that chart, Tim. I love that chart. I love it. Even if the numbers were bad, if those numbers were terrible, if I was like in one of the lines to the right, look, it's like an Elon Musk rocket ship. That's what happened. So that was my last day in office. That was the lowest illegal immigration we've ever had. I had it fixed. It was beautiful. And that included trafficking of women. They traffic, mostly it's women, by the way. I hate to tell you that, but it's women. 325,000 children are missing. Can you believe, during their administration? Nobody talks about it. They should be talking about it. That is a human tragedy. 325. Think of what that is. That's take your biggest stadium and multiply it many times and load it up with children. That's what we're talking about. 325,000 children are missing. But look at that. That's the lowest it's been. All those people that you read about that got killed most likely wouldn't have happened. And all that guy had to do is he could have gone to the beach. All he had to do is leave my people. They were doing an incredible job. We have guys like Tom Homan and fantastic people. And the Border Patrol guys are fantastic. They just endorsed me. They said, he's the greatest president in the history of our country. I said, does that include Abraham Lincoln and George Washington? To them, yes. But the reason they said it is because to them, there's nobody that ever did the border job like I did. And I'd call them all the time. I'd bug them. And I said to them in front of a big audience, I said, how many times, she was the border czar, right? She was in charge of the border. I said, how many times did she call? And they said never. So in almost 4 years, I looked, there were like 10 officials behind me. They all gave me this beautiful endorsement. And they've always endorsed me. They've endorsed me every year. Every year, they were hoping, but they just endorsed me. They're great people. They want this country to be so good. They hate, it's easier for them to let people go in. Just go ahead in. But they don't want people to go in. They love the country, the Border Patrol, and ICE too. ICE is incredible. But I said, how many times did she call? Sir, she never called. I said, never? None of you guys? We never received a call. She never went to the border. And it's, in my opinion, the single biggest problem we have. I mean, to me, I rate it bigger than inflation. Inflation's terrible. And you saw the horrible numbers we had. The worst numbers I've ever seen, 12,000 people. We had 12,000 jobs. Nobody has 12,000 jobs is nothing. We had 12,000 jobs. It's the worst numbers I've ever seen. I'll fix that. But when she allows 13,099 murderers. These are people that are incarcerated for murder, many of them more than one murder. They're now roaming our country. We have no idea who the hell they are. You know who knows? Our local police, our local law enforcement, and they're going to work with us because we're going to get them the hell out. They know everything about it. So we're just 3 days away from the greatest political victory in world history, but it only happens if you get out and vote.